Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast News with the Sentinel. I'm Moinitam. Here are the top stories in today morning's The Sentinel. Let me run you through all of these. Now, here is the report from Sita. This was tabled in the Assam Assembly yesterday. The Assam Assembly session has begun. It's a 4-day autumn session of the Assam Assembly that has begun yesterday. Now, this report says over 27 lakh youths in Assam will become unemployed due to the economic conditions in the aftermath of COVID-19 and the consequent prolonged lockdown. This will result in the increase of unemployment rate of the state from 16 to 27%, and the increase will be between 16 to 27% from the present rate of 8%. So 8% is the unemployment rate in the state of Assam at this point of time, and because of the COVID lockdown, the slowdown that the economy has witnessed over the past 5 months, the unemployment rate in the state of Assam is expected to go up to anywhere between 16 to 27%. Consequently, the poverty rate may go up to about 50% in the state. These are the findings of the State Innovation and Transformation Ayog, that is SITA. In fact, that is the state unit of the Niti Ayog, which is there at the center. Now, the dismal unemployment scenario has been predicted by the State Innovation and Transformation Ayog, or SITA, in its report on economy of Assam in the backdrop of COVID-19 pandemic. So really, really alarming situation there, a very, very grim scenario being painted by the Ayog. And of course, now the state government and the center will have to look at real aggressive measures to address all of these alarming figures that this particular report has come out with. So a lot of action now required, both medium term, long term, and short term. Immediate action has to be taken by the state as well as the central government to help people in the state of Assam, particularly fight the economic condition that most of the people are at this point of time in the state. Of course, we have been reporting the death of former President Pranab Mukherjee. He was admitted at the Army Research and Referral Hospital, Delhi, and he died yesterday evening. His son, Abhijit Mukherjee, had tweeted about the death of his father. The veteran politician was 84 when he passed away yesterday evening. He was hospitalized for the past 21 days, and he was in a critical condition following a brain surgery. The veteran Congress leader was admitted to the hospital at 12:07 p.m. on August 10 in a critical condition. So a great leader passed away yesterday evening. Now, moving on to other stories. From March 2013 to July this year, only 227 Bangladeshis have been deported from Assam, even though the foreign tribunals declared 136,149 people as foreigners till July this year. In his bid to defend the poor deportation rate during the aforesaid 7-year period, State Parliamentary Affairs Minister Mr. Chandra Mohan Patwari told the Assam Assembly that legal hurdles had led to such a situation. And here is what he said in the Assembly yesterday, and I quote, "After foreigners tribunals declare people as foreigners, they move the Guwahati High Court and the Supreme Court of India challenging the FT orders, and that delays the process." This is what the minister told in the floor of the State Assembly yesterday, and this is related to the deportation of Bangladeshis from Assam. And these are numbers mentioned in the floor of the House. Only 227 Bangladeshis deported in 7 years. That's a really, really dismal number and a worrisome factor. Of course, despite the whole NRC process being there and so many things the government planning to do, nothing seems to be moving or happening in real as far as the Bangladeshi issue in Assam is concerned. Now, there has been a COVID storm in the assembly as well. So it was a lot of action-packed day one for Assam Assembly yesterday. A COVID-19 storm lashed the Assam Legislative Assembly on Monday when the Congress AIUDF combined staged a noisy walkout after the speaker disallowed the adjournment motion moved by the opposition on the pandemic. Opposition leader Debabrata Saikia had moved the adjournment motion seeking a detailed discussion on COVID-19 by keeping aside the other agenda of the day. Saikia said that even Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma himself admitted that COVID-19 is critical in Assam, which warrants a whole day discussion on it. Now, meanwhile, the number of positive cases, the total caseload of Assam has gone up to 1,09,040. The number of active cases stands at 23,273. The number of discharged patients stands at 85,458. And the number of deaths have gone up to 306. Meanwhile, yesterday, of course, was the one-year completion of the publication of NRC. Now, here is what the All Assam Students Union had to say about the register, the citizens register. The All Assam Students Union has accused the present regimes at the center and the state of hatching a conspiracy to derail the National Register of Citizens or NRC process to impose the Citizenship Amendment Act or CAA, or popularly known as CA. In a statement issued on Monday on the occasion of completion of 1 year of publication of the final updated NRC, the All Assam Students Union alleged that the ruling BJP had conspired to derail the NRC process by keeping an eye on vote bank politics. The students' organization further said that the ruling regime at the center wanted to impose the CA. So there's this whole statement that has been issued by the All Assam Students Union. And in fact, Lurinjyoti Gogoi and Dipankar Nath also spoke to us yesterday. You can watch that particular video on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Lurinjyoti Gogoi and Dipankar Nath, the president of ASU, and Lurinjyoti Gogoi, the general secretary, they shared their thoughts on what they think about the NRC process. That video is available on our Facebook and YouTube pages. They spoke exclusively to Sentinel Assam yesterday. Now, let me run you through some of the top stories as far as the other states of Northeast are concerned. Solung Festival of Arunachal Pradesh was celebrated. Now, Arunachal Pradesh Governor, Brigadier Retired Dr. B.D. Mishra, and Chief Minister Pema Khandu conveyed their best wishes to the people of Arunachal Pradesh, particularly the Adi community, on the occasion of Solung Festival. The governor wished that the festivity continues to showcase the rich and vibrant heritage of the Adi community, adding to the magnificent culture of Arunachal Pradesh. So the Solung Festival being celebrated in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Now, moving on to other states and news from Meghalaya, and of course there are more news from Arunachal Pradesh as well. But yeah, first on to the COVID situation and how the Meghalaya government is handling COVID there. Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong informed that all entry points into the state will be closed from Monday midnight till the midnight of September 7. Earlier, the state government had taken the decision to close all entry points for a week for 3 months from September to November. This is to give the people manning the entry points some rest and also to sanitize the infrastructure in such entry points. Meanwhile, the number of active cases in the state of Meghalaya has gone up to 1,196, and the number of recoveries till date stands at 1,162. Going back to Arunachal Pradesh, the COVID tally for the state has gone up to 4,034, and as many as 157 new cases have been reported in Arunachal Pradesh. The death toll stands at 7, and the number of recoveries stands at 2,822. Now, meanwhile, this is regarding the border dispute, the boundary issue between Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. And here is what the Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister, Pema Khandu, has said, that he informed the State Assembly that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during a conference of chief ministers in 2019, had referred to many interstate boundary disputes involving court litigation and advised to solve the issue mutually. Responding to a query raised in the assembly during question hour by BJP member Tana Halitara, Khandu said that Home Minister Amit Shah, during his visit to Guwahati, had also repeated the same request, and the state government would soon initiate talks with Assam to resolve the decades-old imbroglio through talks. The state government has already sent a letter to Assam government in 2019, but no response has been received. That is what Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu told the Arunachal Assembly. He informed the assembly, and he was replying to a question raised by one of the BJP MLAs regarding the border dispute between Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Now moving on to Mizoram. The CBI has registered a case against a former National Investigation Agency or NIA officer for fraudulently procuring call detail records to help his friend who was arrested by the agency in February 2018. According to the CBI, the agency has booked Jalaj Srivastava, ex-assistant superintendent of police of the NIA, for fraudulently procuring the CDRs. That's the call detail, the call records, basically. Srivastava is currently posted as deputy commandant of the BSF in Imphal. The CBI has booked him for procuring the CDRs of 2 mobile numbers of Vodafone without intimating the senior officers of the anti-terror probe agency. So viewers, that's all that I have this morning from the Sentinel. But of course, news and updates continue on sentinelassam.com, and also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We have all the video stories and news and updates across the social media platforms. Keep yourself updated by logging in to all our platforms, like I mentioned. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. Till we meet again, take care, stay safe, goodbye.